Yes, and we're back again, NERDOS. Another episode after the crazy weekend that Comic Con left us. We're back.
We're a little late.
We're a little late. We're like 2 weeks late, you know,
Yeah,
from it.
just about.
And today we have Guillermo Rivas, Ray Victoria, John Sandoval, Jose Rivas, and Alonso Meza together again.
And this is episode
9. Episode 9. And we keep going. Yes, and I just want to say something before we start. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everybody that has been subscribing a little bit. You know, I know the channels has been growing just slowly, but it's for you guys that we keep doing this too. You know, if we feel it, we feel the love and the likes and the page and the Instagram and everywhere that we put.
Just know that we're planting the seed in you, so we can make the flower grow.
All right, so the usual. Yes.
Our usual.
Cheers for the podcast. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Our beginner shots. Great.
Healthy OJ.
Yeah.
We got too many things at the table.
Yes.
All right. So, like you said, this is pretty much going to be like a little quick recap of our
Yes. Of what happened
San Diego Comic Con 2 weeks ago.
Well,
And then John can tell us about the Florida SuperCon.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my goodness.
The aftermath that San Diego Comic Con left us.
There's
so
much
many
stuff,
news,
man.
and we're kind of
late,
a little late about it because
We have lives and
yes.
It's hard to find the time to get all of us together at the same time on one table,
Yes.
man. It's kind of tough, but
Here we are.
Yeah.
all right.
yeah.
So,
Back at it.
so I kind of spoke to you guys about it before we started, but I figured we kind of get to the meat of it first, and then we
Yes,
can do
yes,
our,
yes.
our little rapid fire segment afterwards. So, Guillermo just glanced at the screen and the Jurassic World 2 thing. Well, there's been an announcement. There's no trailer yet.
Yeah.
And there's been a couple of behind the scenes things about it, but that's not really what we're going to talk about. So anyway, we're talking about a bunch of the trailers that
Jurassic
were
World
really
one,
big in the Comic Con. So the first one that we're going to talk about is the Defenders trailer. So I don't know how much you guys have followed.
I watch all of the
Every single one.
Marvels
You've seen
from
Daredevil,
Daredevil,
Luke Cage,
Yes.
Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist.
Iron
You've seen
Fist.
all of them.
I've seen all of them.
I've seen every
Okay.
single one.
I haven't seen everything. So if you guys want to, those of you guys who maybe have seen everything already, maybe you want to give your little take on it first.
I'm so excited about it. I already saw the trailer, and I was so excited about it because bringing them all together, it looks really cool. It's something that TV hasn't never done, you know, bringing all these different characters together and they're gonna play together.
It's a lot. It's like when they
So
brought the Avengers together in a way.
Because of the whole group together, who's the enemy? The Hand?
Yes, it's still the Hand. Yeah, the main
Sigourney
enemy.
Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver is gonna be like the main character, like
She's the new Kingpin.
kinda. She's
And
like
she's got Electra in her pocket.
That's right.
I'm sure
That's
Kingpin
right.
will make an appearance.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure the Punisher will appear on it probably, you know, on one of the episodes,
absolutely.
definitely.
Would
Most
Spider-Man have to be talked about since this is all in the
They do talk about some heroes.
There was a thing
They
they
drop
mentioned
hints
that
every
they
now and
do
then.
drop
They do drop
in
names.
the shows.
Well,
They'll
they talk
reference
about
events.
the event.
The events that happen in New York and things like that. Yeah.
You know, with
And that's
with
kind of
the-
cool.
Yeah, with the Chitauri.
Luke Cage,
yeah,
Luke Cage
Eason
mentioned
and all
Iron
that.
Man in the Iron Man. I mean, in the Luke Cage series, he's like Iron Man ain't coming down to Harlem or some shit like that. So
Like the very first episode of Daredevil mentions
The Attack of New York.
Yeah, the Attack of New York.
Yeah, they get into that. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta watch Iron Fist. That's the only one I'm on film.
Okay. So what did you think of the trailer, of the Defenders trailer?
It looks freaking great, man.
It looks cool.
The person that still stands out the most is certainly Daredevil, in my
Right.
opinion, just because of the portrayal that they made of him, his costume and all that.
Right.
Well, Daredevil is the best series that they have in Netflix.
I would have
From-
liked to have seen Iron Fist in some sort of like
Costume.
maybe some sort of costume, maybe some sort of resemblance of how he looked in the comic. But you were saying that the actor that plays him just
yeah, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't mind. Iron Fist was certainly my least favorite series.
Yes.
but
Agree.
but only because of him. The surrounding supporting cast, I thought, did a great job on that show.
Yeah.
But just he didn't fit that character, and it's like there's every scene that he's in, his eyes are like watery, like he's about to cry. It's like, dude, you have a superpower. Man the
He's still Loris Tyrell.
Yeah, like just
Oh, is that
punch
who he
shit,
is?
dude. Yeah, and like that's my big beef with him. He just didn't fit the character. I'm excited about the show. I agree, Daredevil's probably the best two series.
Punisher, his character was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his character
His
was
character is great.
But my favorite character in the group is Jessica Jones. I thought,
just because of the way
I think her
how she
character has
is,
the
how
most
she-
depth. They fleshed her out. Like, you know, she's flawed. She's got the drinking problem.
Right,
whatever, all this
right.
crap.
There's a lot more going on with her.
Yeah.
And
I-
they buff
You can really
like
see
the
her-
powers that like they brought her down in powers, you know,
really
because
see her.
she's
Yeah, they nerfed her a little bit.
yeah,
She ends
she's
up in
an
Luke Cage,
animal, dude.
Yeah.
Well, they
In the
hook
comics.
up. They hook up early in her series.
Yeah, they do, but then they kind of like split
Right.
apart or whatever.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm bummed about is that they've already kind of said that this is a one-off. That
Right.
They're not doing.
Yeah, it's not like a
they're not gonna
prolonged, it's
follow
not a
on
prolonged
to-
series. Yeah, it's not a prolonged series.
That's a little disappointing because you know
We don't know
know
still,
how many
you know.
episodes
seven or eight.
really
Oh.
for
And
the
actually, it's
Defenders
coming. It's less than 2 weeks coming Defenders.
Yeah,
match- yeah,
now.
August 18th.
20.
Yes.
Oh,
August
okay.
18th.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
That's right.
That's
I gotta
awesome.
watch Iron Fist.
Yeah, I mean,
So I gotta catch up on the.
Yes.
Yeah,
Iron Fist.
I see.
Yes.
I gotta say that. I mean, I've only watched. Yeah, that sounded terrible. You gotta catch up on the fist.
I said Iron Fist.
You want to get fisted later. You want to get fisted like that, or like
No.
nobody wants to fist you.
Oh my
times.
god.
I gotta say, I mean, I've only watched Daredevil, and a bit of Jessica Jones, so I still gotta do a lot of catching up to do. But I did like the trailer a
You
lot.
haven't watched Luke Cage?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
That was good.
I liked Daredevil a lot. I mean, the action was great. It was very. I liked it because it was very
You
raw.
watched both seasons?
Pretty much. I'm almost done with the second season. But I liked it because it was very raw and like much more real, obviously.
So
Um,
I think you'll appreciate this. That the action in Luke Cage, that was my least favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just because of the nature of his powers and his
Right.
character or whatever. It's just smash.
Like
smash.
SWAT team
Right.
destroyed.
Like the fight scenes in
He's just a
Daredevil,
wrecking
you
ball.
don't get anything like that in any of the other series.
Yes.
Even Iron Fist.
Yeah. It's because of the
It's
action.
surprising to me though, because you would think that
Yeah, dude,
being
but
being
he's
the,
this-
being that the material is about
But,
martial arts, that it would
We,
be
Yes,
that.
white
we,
boy,
we
he's
already
really
talked
good
about
boy.
it.
I know.
The guy that wanted to get him for the role was actually a martial artist,
Right.
but he didn't fit the profile looking white and blonde and things like that. So
They should have just changed.
Well,
it.
they had. I think Marvel missed an opportunity there to kind of retcon a character.
right.
You know,
That maybe should have fit that part better.
but whatever. I mean, in this case they wanted to stay true, and
Right.
they did, and you know,
No,
it
and,
is what it is.
and at least from what I've seen in the trailers, that like you can see how they have an interesting dynamic. I like that Elektra's in it. I thought that was pretty damn cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I definitely got to catch up on the other stuff. So
Do they show Kingpin in the Iron Fist at all?
no,
no,
not
not
much.
Fist.
I don't think they mentioned.
Side note,
And
do you
then-
know? I don't remember. Was it you that told me that Ghost Rider makes a cameo in the Punisher series?
I read. I think
I
read
heard
that
something
somewhere,
about that.
Yeah.
So that's
It's like a rumor. or
Gonna
whatever.
be
yeah, I think that's just up in the air right now.
that wasn't Johnny Blaze. That was Robbie Reyes.
Yes.
I've heard that the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider is gonna make a cameo in the
In the
Punisher.
Oh, that's
Punisher,
cool.
yes.
That should be cool.
So we'll see.
Alright, so is that pretty much on that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so then the next one is going to be the Inhumans trailer. How many of you guys have seen the trailer for that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw it.
myself, too.
Okay. Any thoughts on the trailer?
You know, it's funny, and I know we're gonna get to it after, but there's other shows that I'd rather watch: Krypton, The Gifted.
Right.
That I'd rather
They
Put my attention more to
they
those.
look
Right.
better.
than that. And Humans, I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
mean,
neither. It
since
doesn't
I-
caught my attention.
Since
It's
I watched
like
Agents of Shield, that they
And
they
I never
have
watched Agents of
had
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Inhumans
I feel like
in
it
Agents
has-
of Shield, but not costumed. They're just like they look like regular people, and the Shield agents are trying to
It's-
use them on their side before they become bad. So they're not costumed heroes. They're just like
guys walking around.
in Shield outfits and using their powers.
It's
So they're
weird.
doing that. But the thing that I'm worried about is that in Agents of Shield, since they're so low key, whenever anybody does anything, it doesn't affect the movies. The movies affect Shield. So like in the movies,
Sure.
something happens, and in Agents of Shield, they'll talk about it. Oh, the
Yeah,
the
it
spaceship
affects your storyline in some way.
that crashed
yeah,
in
they're
Thor.
gonna keep the
in-
movie side to the movies while the shows are gonna reflect what's going on.
But the
They're
Inhumans,
not gonna tie anything from the shows.
exactly. What I'm worried about the Inhumans is that they leave a bigger footstep about
for
damage or anything.
Sure.
And I doubt that the movies are gonna say, "Oh, by the way, in something the humans
Well,
attack something." I don't think that's gonna happen.
Along those lines, I mean, now you're talking about Inhumans that are maybe not well known, but then here you're talking about the
The
royal
Inhuman
family.
royal
I mean,
family,
this
right.
is the king of the Inhumans with
Right.
the queen, and all these other guys are very
Yeah, it's
high
top
profile
characters.
guys,
Mhm.
and again they're more like the traditional costumed guys, but again, looking at the trailer, the special effects don't look all that great. Lockjaw looked okay. The big the big dog looked okay. Black Bolt.
Nope.
I mean, it's a guy in a trench coat. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's kind of what it looks like. Medusa's hair looks a little weird. Just the special effects don't look
The
very good.
special effects.
You know,
I-
crazy.
yeah.
She's really hot, but she looks like crap.
Who is she?
In that Serinda Swan.
I don't know who she is.
Did you watch Smallville? She played Zatanna in Smallville a couple times. She was in this really good series that was on
John
A&E
was-
called Breakout Kings.
Okay,
She's been in a few things,
Right.
and she's really hot, but she looks terrible in that red
because of the
way.
wig.
The way her face,
Right.
it's
To
just,
me,
I don't know how they didn't screen test that and look at her and be like, no, just not quite.
I get this feel like the studios just each one is. You have your Marvel Cinematic Universe that's amazing to me. You have the ABC Studios that's related to Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's crap.
Well,
and you have, hang on, wait.
The
let me-
Netflix.
and you have, okay, I'm not looking at Netflix right now, but I'm talking about. Then you have Fox with the X-Men franchise that we all
Right.
fucking hate, and then I actually look forward to the Fox
TV
X-Men
shows.
TV shows. I'm looking forward to Gifted. I want to watch Legion. I want to
Right.
watch New Mutant. No, New Mutant's gonna be what? No, it's
Yeah,
New
New
Mutants
Mutants is gonna
movie
be
and
the
New Warriors is show.
I'm actually giving Gifted a chance because I liked the first season of Heroes, and that's what it's reminding
Well,
me of right
wait
now.
till we get to that because we're gonna talk about that real quick later. But
But really quick to your point. So I don't know if you're aware, but what happened is that there's like this huge schism between the Marvel Studios movie side and the TV show side. The two head guys are like basically in open war against each other.
What?
Because Inhumans is supposed to be a movie. They took it off
Right.
the slate.
I
They
heard
made
that.
it. They turned it into a
It's a
show.
show.
The guy who runs the Marvel Studios movie side, he wanted to scrap it entirely.
Mm.
And then the other guy was like, no.
let's make it a show.
Let's make it a show just because he was so
He's so
dead
insistent
ass
on it,
gung
right.
ho.
But that's
gonna
where
be
the
crap.
problem is.
So yeah, there's like this beef between them, and that's why the budget was cut, and that's why you have all this situation where the show is like.
I,
Well,
knew,
that's-
I didn't hear about the infighting or anything like that, but I knew that it went from movie to show. Because
See, I didn't-
That's only been within last year that they
Yeah,
changed.
and see, I didn't know that either. But like to what we were kind of talking about earlier is that, again, you're talking about if you're doing a show like Agents of Shield, or maybe even what do you call it, Gifted, or something along those lines. Like, those things maybe don't need quite as much of a budget, special effects wise, because you can kind of get away with some stuff maybe not looking all that great. But again, with heavy powered superheroes like the Inhumans, you're gonna need a high budget to really recreate what they can do, CG wise. So I think that's where one of the bigger missteps is, again, at least as in the way that the show looks.
Yep.
Now, unfortunately for Marvel, also is that at least from what the little bit that I've read, the first impressions on the show are already very negative. Like they're saying that part of the problem is that the dialogue is very poor, that it's cheeseball at times, that again the special effects are bad.
But the trailer
so-
looks horrible.
But,
Like
but
to
again,
me, it looks horrible. It
Uh,
looks cheap too.
So I think
I don't
that's
know.
a big issue. I think that's definitely one of those franchises that they should have brought to the big screen as opposed to trying to make it into a TV show. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they were
But
gonna
there was-
scrap it, they should have just scrapped it. Let them run their slate on their schedule, and then maybe bring it back later once they built it up enough again in Agents of Shield, tied in there.
I also
somehow.
sense that I don't know, maybe they didn't feel like they got as much of a positive reaction being into the cinematic universe. At least
I
that's
don't
what I
know.
picked up on social media.
Yeah, like were they
that,
planning
that
to put
fans
the
went
Inhumans
crazy
as
about
part
it. Like,
of-
why are they bringing in the
Yeah,
Inhumans into
Infinity
Marvel
War?
Cinematic Universe?
Inhumans actually was supposed to come out between Infinity War 1 and Infinity War 2.
So
in the
there's
movie schedule.
Right.
So it would have been
that they joined the second movie.
right. It would have been, and you know what's crazy, dude? Is like when they first announced it, I was super excited. I was like, man, we're gonna see Adelan on the blue side of the moon. Like that's a setting in the comics that a lot of crazy has happened.
Right.
Yes.
And now they're just gonna cheapen it, and it's kind of
Yeah.
disappointing. But we'll see, man. At the end of the day, Marvel hasn't done a terrible job, so
No.
I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, but
From
again,
the
at least
beginning
based
to
on
now,
first.
they've done, I'd say,
But again,
Great
based
job.
on first impressions, it
8.5
doesn't look all
stars.
that great. So well, we can always hope for a reboot, I guess.
Yeah, well, first impression. Well, never mind.
Well, again, first impression, it hasn't been very good. So, all right. So not to get to the better stuff. Okay, so a couple of the big trailers that came out at the Comic-Con. Okay, first one, Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Okay, so
excited.
I thought it
Can't
looked
wait.
really cool. Do you want
Can't
to say
wait.
anything about that? Did you like the trailer?
Yeah, I like it. I like it that it's sillier. I actually do because
I'm gonna go back to that, but
the
go
other
ahead.
two Thor movies are like
Too serious?
to
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
And it kind of like, I don't know, it kills it a little bit. But
Okay.
I think this one's funny that it's like a like they're butting up Hulk and Thor,
Yes.
and it
It's almost like a buddy cop movie.
but it's
Back
following
to
the
Mike.
same Guardians of the Galaxy feel,
Yeah.
which I feel like as long as they're not home, things aren't serious. In space, you're like partying around.
but
I think.
that's what I like about it, is that they're trying to blend in those
Yeah,
two
that's
worlds
what I like.
together. Yeah.
And
that-
see, I hate to be
You're
the
not
hater on
feeling
that one. I'm not feeling that. Like I don't like that as much.
You don't like the what?
The Guardians of the Galaxy vibe that it's got. Like I
But it
okay,
needs to
so
blend
okay.
together to ultimately
okay, I
get
can
to
see how they're
Avengers
bringing them
3.
together because obviously, okay, moving later on into the Infinity War thing, it looks like that's kind of where it starts to some extent, at least in the leaked version of the trailer. But my issue with it is that although Thor may not have been considered to be some of the best Marvel movies that have come out, I still like them a lot, and I like the tone better because it was more fantastical. So I kind of like the more
Yeah,
serious
because
tone
it was
that
outside
took.
of Earth. It was,
Right.
It had the
So I
whole
like the more
element of
serious
Asgard
tone that
and
it took.
everything.
So my only issue with it is that, okay, yeah, I mean, I do like the humor. I don't mind there being humor
You know
in the
what?
movies.
The best part about the two Thor movies is
What?
Loki. It's just his
Right.
portrayal, the way Tom
Yeah, Tom
Hiddleston.
Hiddleston does a
Okay,
Crazy.
but then
That's
in
the
this,
best
but
part
then
of
in
this.
this, I think he looks a little silly. You know what I mean? Because he's like, oh hey, how are you guys? We should have a good time. And he comes out with his gun and this and that, and it's like, I'm just not digging the vibe as much. Again,
I still feel that Loki's gonna have his one moment for sure
I'm
because of
gonna
the whole thing in the leak trailer where he has a Tesla.
okay. I'm gonna get to that only because I did a
You
little
still
bit of
have
research.
to have some crazy ass shit.
No,
He's
of
gonna
course,
turn
of
his back
course.
and play the mischievous role.
Get to that. Let me get to
He
that.
is
I
loading
did-
up that Kamehameha.
You
I
know,
did some research.
you know that
Holy
Jose
shit.
doesn't like to jump the gun.
No.
He likes to go into process. Like if you
it's
fucking
because you guys are stealing my material here.
Okay, go ahead.
I did some research. I have stuff written down.
Yes, you do.
No, so okay. So again, I like that there's humor in it, obviously, but I feel like they're trying to be too much like Guardians of the Galaxy. So I mean, being what it is, I think maybe that should be a smaller part of the movie, obviously, because it's Ragnarok. If you guys know anything about what Ragnarok is, it's the end of the Asgardian world. It's the end of the gods. They're all supposed to die.
Yeah.
So maybe to some extent it'll take a more serious.
But I wanted to say something
ahead.
about the color art that they have
It's very-
on the.
It's a very 80s tone.
Not only that, it's very similar to the comic book.
Mm-hmm.
I think if I'm not mistaken, it's Jack Kirby who did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the art that he has, the color tone that he has, and all these things is very, very similar to what it is. That's why it looks so different to the two previous Thor movies that are a little more darker.
Right.
Yes. So, but the Thor Ragnarok comic books are this one. They are more brighter tone. It has all these things. So it actually captured everything on
Right.
it. So I'm really like, I don't know. I look at it in an art way.
Yeah.
It kind of looks great for me.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
so
I mean,
cool.
again, I like
I really
like
dig-
I like
Yeah.
the visual look of it. I don't mind that, but again, I feel like
Jose,
they
Jose
don't
just
want. I don't want to
really
be
wants
too high.
Thor to go Martha.
no. Let's not go out for
He's
now.
looking for
But
I
Don't-
need that sorrow brooding.
No.
Let's
not
not
that-
let's
not
not
go
get
that
into
far
that
now.
because Jose then he's gonna talk about his
I'm
Wonder
gonna-
Woman look
I'm gonna
and
get
shit
sad.
like
The two
that.
Thor movies, though, in the two Thor movies, when he's off world besides Earth and Asgard, when he's not fighting other people on other planets, he's funny and he takes it to like, oh, this is super easy, and all his friends are laughing with him because they want to see him beat up something.
Yeah, I think it's a part of
Because
his character.
yes,
I mean,
it's
in
part
the-
of his
in the
character
original.
because
It's only
in
when
many
he's home
times
that
in
he
many
becomes
times
serious.
yes in many times he has come to Earth and he doesn't see the point of how we look or how
Yeah.
we take life.
Well, because he's a fish out of water. He's not.
He's
not in
from
his element.
he's from other. It's like you
It's
have
just
to
like
do
the space
this.
movies. It's like
Yeah.
Well, the
that's
thing
space.
is that I mean, if you think about
Everyone's
it,
fun.
if you think about it, for the Norse people, their thing was, the Vikings were. That's what they did. They fought, they drank, they fucked, and that's what they loved doing. And
What?
that was like,
went.
Yeah.
They what? They what?
Yeah, keep peeking.
oh, my kids might still be awake. But anyway, so they did all these things, and to them that was their life, and that was fun for them. So I get that. But I don't want it to take over the tone of the movie because again, it's supposed to be the end of the world. You know what I mean?
No,
So
I mean, we'll see. At the end of the day, though, they're compiling the funny.
they're getting
That
everybody
might be the
together.
funniest 2 minutes in the movie, for all you know.
That's what I'm saying. Is I mean, so at least.
What
from
do
that
you guys
impression, it
think of
seems
Kate
like it.
Blanchett?
Oh,
I
she
was gonna
looks
get to
really
that. I
good
think
in
she
it.
looks
I
awesome.
didn't, when I
I
first
think she
saw
looks
her,
awesome.
I was like, who is that? I didn't realize.
Oh,
I was
you
like,
can't-
You
I
can't
know
recognize her. You
Yes,
can't.
the
And then I was like,
The
whoa,
first
dude,
trailer?
Yeah, she looks awesome.
The first
Awesome.
pictures of
Yes.
Yeah.
her. Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
Oh,
didn't-
You can
didn't-
tell
I
it's
couldn't
a-
tell.
No, the
I
first
had to look
impression
it
of
up.
her, I didn't know who
Was
she
she
was.
when they showed
And then
her
I
with the-
saw
with
her
the
again.
long
It's
hair
like,
and
oh my
the-
god,
the
that's
makeup
her.
or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, when she
I
was
could
like
tell
asking
more it
her
was
to
her
start,
when
I
she
was
had
like,
the suit.
No, I always knew it was her because I knew who had been casted for it.
Yeah.
But
I
think she looks awesome. I think she's gonna do a great part. She looks like
yeah, I
she
didn't
could kill
see
the
the
part.
casting until after. I saw it.
She looks like she could definitely kill the part. So anyway, like getting to that, actually, I think she looks fantastic. Now,
The headdress is badass.
one thing
Is
that I
she too
had,
skinny?
the headdress, yeah,
Is she too skinny?
no, I think she looks perfect. I think she looks perfect for it. No, what I was gonna say is like how she ties possibly into the Infinity War. Have you guys read anything on how Hela might tie into the Infinity War?
No,
She doesn't.
but tell us the theories.
Okay, well, and again, this is something that I've read because if you guys have read the Infinity Gauntlet, it's all about Thanos trying to impress Death. So because there's really not a Death character established in the Marvel
She's the
universe,
goddess of
she's
death.
the goddess of death, so that
He's
she
trying
may
to
be the
impress
one
her.
that he's trying to.
But
impress.
actually,
Oh.
Death in the comic book goes out with Deadpool.
Right. Well, no.
Yes.
He falls in love with Death. Deadpool falls in love with Death just the same.
Yeah, it's the same way. It goes both
Yeah,
ways.
it's
funny.
It
But
goes both
whatever.
ways.
But not getting into that necessarily. But again, that's what I've read.
and
that might be the
Thanos,
tie.
Thanos hates Deadpool because
Right.
of that, and like there's a bunch of fucking
That might be,
comics about it.
yeah.
awesome.
But
It's
that might be the
fucking crazy.
I
tie
didn't know that.
of Hela
Yes.
to the Infinity War.
That's
The other
cool.
thing, I think looks really cool with it. And again, I don't know if you guys have read that. This series is the Planet Hulk series. Did you guys read those?
I didn't read it, but I know the
Okay.
gist
You-
of it.
Did you
Yeah,
read that?
No, I know
Okay, so like the
Basics.
nods about Gladiator Hulk, the big stone guy.
Yeah, just the way they're putting all
Or-
that together.
Yeah, they're kind of putting that in.
Yeah,
So that's
that's awesome.
kind of cool. I think that they're bringing that. What
Yeah,
I'm
they're
curious
bringing
about-
they're bringing the two stories together,
Right.
And that's kind of cool. I think too,
I like
because
that. Go ahead.
yeah, because the two stories together are very rich. I would love more of Planet Hulk because that
Sure.
whole storyline
Need
is
that whole
awesome.
Right, that's
But I
what I'm
understand they
doing.
had some legal problems
Yeah,
having
universal thing.
having all these characters together and things like that. So
Well-
I thought that there was a decent enough gap in between Avengers when Hulk flies out in the Quinjet
Mhm.
to where you kind of have
In
to
Age of
figure
Ultron.
out where the hell is he gonna end up.
Well, that's
Where's
what
he
I'm
gonna be
curious.
introduced?
How
And now that they put him in Thor Ragnarok, it's like okay.
I'm just curious as
I'm
to how they're going to
curious how it
explain how he got there.
I think Doctor Strange sent in somehow.
The Illuminati.
Well, that was the whole thing. Is that in Planet Hulk, the Illuminati, which in the comics it's
Yes.
Reed Richards,
Reed Richards.
Tony Stark,
Strange.
Doctor Strange, and who else?
Xavier.
Submarine.
Professor
I forget.
Xavier.
Maybe so maybe
Submarine.
at the end of
Submariner.
at the end of
Submariner,
Doctor
Submariner.
Strange, when Thor comes in, they take off from there and then they find Hulk to send him out there with Thor.
I don't know. I don't know if
No,
that's
that's what
what
I'm saying. That's what I'm guessing.
But
Black
again,
Panther.
but
That's what
the
I'm
thing is that in Planet Hulk, the comic series, the Illuminati, which are the characters we mentioned, send Hulk away to a
because
planet because he's too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
for his own protection.
And then it
Black
ends up
Bolt
being-
and Black Panther. too, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's that?
Black Bolt and Black Panther are in it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you're
Black
right.
Bowman, Black
Yeah, I
Panther,
think you're
yes.
right. So anyway, they all send them away, and then it just so happens that in that planet, everybody's way more powered than the Hulk is, and so he ends up being, it's like a huge gladiator-like story.
How many years?
But
is
he
there? That's
doesn't-
what I don't get. Like, how did he end up there and have a wife and children
Yeah, I don't
and
know.
rule a planet?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
Well-
nothing changed.
well,
on Earth.
yeah. That's what I don't get.
Once he wins the whole gladiator thing, that's when he falls in love with it.
Right.
Still, but how many years have passed
Yeah,
that
I don't
he
know.
has children?
They don't
that are
say.
Yeah.
They
grown
don't
up and
say.
everything.
Well, you don't even find out about him having a child until the
Until
planet
he
is blown
comes
up.
back. Yeah, until
They
he
blow
comes
up the
back.
planet and his wife dies, and that's why he comes back in
War Hulk.
World War Hulk
Yes.
to fucking kill everybody.
But it was his son that blew up the ship.
I don't remember. man.
Yeah, it was his other
Isn't
son.
his son named
Scar.
Sakar.
Yeah,
Sakar?
that guy.
He's
He's
yeah,
the
we're
kid
gonna talk
that.
about. But anyway, just but I was just getting at the nods. I know, right?
But just like 3 kids or 2, and one of them, his wife, and one of them dies, and the other one is the one that did it. He's the one that actually blew up the planet.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I
and
thought
that's why.
no,
That's
it
why
was-
Hulk.
It was
is-
his ship that blows up.
because the sun rigged it to blow up.
No, it wasn't. It
Yes.
because the Illuminati rigged it to blow up.
No, that's what he wanted his dad to believe.
Well, anyway.
All right.
So anyway, I was just getting at the fact that they make those nods to Planet Hulk in Thor Ragnarok. The Executioner, Scourge. Who's the actor? What's his name? The actor that's playing him?
Isn't that Carl Urban?
Carl Urban. He looks fucking
I
awesome.
didn't recognize him at first.
Yeah,
I
Carl
had no
Urban.
idea it was him.
Him, I
he looks
recognize.
he looks fucking awesome.
Who's he playing?
The Executioner. His name is Scourge. Okay, so again, a little research. He's an Asgardian who
Yes.
at
He
times
carries the axis.
Yeah, he carries a double-bladed axe.
Yes.
And at times he has affections for the Enchantress.
Okay.
How he ties into this, I don't know.
Maybe he's the first one to be in love with Hela
Maybe.
because the
Um,
Enchantress hasn't been introduced at all.
Yep.
Well-
she's in there just shield.
Yeah, John was gonna mention.
Was she
that.
really?
Like,
And-
was she
and,
physically in
Sif-
it? Or was she physically in
Yes.
it, or was
Yes.
she okay?
And Sif is hunting her down, and the shield agents help her.
Gotcha.
Question though, isn't Valkyrie already in the Thor ones? Isn't that no? That's who's the other Asgardian chick in the first
Sif.
two Thors?
That's Sif.
That's Lady Sif.
I get her confused with Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Valkyrie's now in Thor.
Right.
Ragnarok.
But anyway, I thought he looks just like he does in the comic books. Like he looks fucking awesome.
He looks
Question though,
exactly-
the same actress that played Sif was in Agents.
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
she
She
made a
made that
cameo.
crossover. I did
She
see
made a
that.
cameo.
Yes, that's pretty cool.
so
That's
anyway,
cool that they
so-
did that.
And they
So-
talk about Asgardians and.
Yeah, I remember seeing the clips.
What's
of
that
that.
other race?
Dude, they had Deathlock on Agents of Shield.
Yeah,
Did they
I
really?
saw that too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Scroll.
The scroll.
They're
Skrulls
in, they're
will
in
be
the
in
show,
The scrolls are
That's-
going to be in Captain Marvel.
and that's
Right.
how
That's
Yeah,
what
we'll get into that.
that's how Agent the
Well,
main
let's-
guy. I forget.
We
his
could
name.
just talk it now.
That's how he came to
Agent
life
Coulson. Agent Coulson.
Did you see
because
the
of the scroll blood.
No, Kree.
Kree blood. You're right.
Kree.
But they did talk about scroll and Kree. Yeah.
Yeah. Did
All right,
you
so-
see the unveiling of Thanos' crew?
Yes.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Black
What'd you-
Guard.
what'd you
The
guys-
Black Guardian.
I don't know anything. I don't know much about him. I did like watch a video on them a little bit. In the comics, they're not his kids, obviously.
Right.
In the movie, I think they're making him more like they're his actual children.
Right.
No, but he
like
actually
Nebula
kind of
and-
called them like their kids, but
he
it's
may-
not
he
their
may-
kids.
He may call them that,
Yes.
but they're not
No,
his
but
actual
children.
Yeah,
children.
no, he's
Those
really
are children.
Right.
children.
Whereas in the
Yeah,
movie,
because
they're kind of
comics, two of
making
them are married.
Now, like Nebula and
Yeah.
right.
But
in the-
Nebula and Gamora, they're not
They're
really.
adopted.
They're
Yeah, they're
adopted.
Oh, they're also adopted.
Yes.
But yeah, I
Stolen.
think for the movies, the Black Guard is
They
supposed to
stole
be
it.
his actual
Black Order.
children. Is it Black Order or Black
Yeah,
Guard? Whatever.
In the comics, it's Black Order.
Yeah, the Black
Um,
Order. I think they call
But
it the same.
anyway, they all are ultra powered and
Did you guys see Josh Brolin
crazy
with
shit.
the fucking
Yeah,
gauntlet?
that shit's huge, man.
It's a huge,
Sick, dude.
true
Um,
size for what Thanos should be, and the thing is like
Yeah, it's gigantic. It's like
that's just a forearm.
okay. So next thing, so you guys mentioned okay. So what could Loki's role be in
I'm
Ragnarok?
still a little
What do you
kind of
think?
confused about that, just because he's locked up at first, where he's with.
I just have to say Loki's Loki. He's gonna switch sides whenever he
He's
wants.
playing his own.
He's
game.
playing his own thing. Bottom line, he always wants to rule Asgard.
Who's Goldblum played in?
Jeff Goldblum. The
Beyond
what's
the-
his-
the
not the
Grandmaster,
Beyond,
Grandmaster.
the Grandmaster.
Yeah, like that scene where he's kind of like they're sitting there together.
Well,
they go
he's-
into the fight, and then he's locked up, and then
He's
and
basically
then he's on his side with the shooting of the guns.
Right.
And
in
so-
this version, he's the ruler of that planet. In the Planet Hulk version, it's a different character altogether. But in this, basically,
Red King.
Is he an
yeah.
immortal too? Is he one of those?
Yeah, he's just I think
Yeah, he's
I think
he's a
he's like-
celestial
like-
too, no?
he's a
like
celestial?
like what's his face?
Yeah,
Like Benicio
Collector.
del Toro's
Right.
character.
Yeah.
Him and
Um,
Benicio del Toro,
are
like
they
the
related?
collector and him. Yeah, the
yeah,
brothers.
the brothers.
Okay.
They're the two
Collector
first
Barney.
beings in the whole
Grandmaster
universe,
and
Okay.
Even
And now-
even before the Watchers.
even before anybody. It was the first two.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll show the Watchers in either Ragnarok or Infinity War.
Maybe they might even show Eternity and the Living Tribunal and all.
All right,
those-
we need to
all
move
those
on to the next.
Well, we're still talking about Ragnarok,
Yeah.
though. Okay, so still hitting on Loki's role, and this may be a little spoilerish,
Yes.
only because I did a little bit of research on this. But if you in the trailer you see the Fenris Wolf and Surtur. Okay, the Fenris Wolf is supposed to be at some point during Ragnarok. He's supposed to devour Odin. Okay, and Loki's role is that he frees the Fenris Wolf. Okay, and then same thing with Surtur. Surtur is the king of
Yeah.
the fire demons, kind of along the lines of Laufey is the king of the frost giants,
Right.
so where Surtur is the fire demons.
Fire.
Cool.
So his beef with Odin is that Odin
I
had
don't,
imprisoned
which
him
I
at
don't
some point.
understand why Hulk would try to attack him because
Well-
fucking Surtur would just go.
Well,
Get
yeah,
the fuck
but,
outta here.
but maybe, but
Fuck
again,
you.
maybe it's because Hulk is caught in the middle of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Like it doesn't matter if World War Hulk would come at him.
Right. Well, Hulk is caught in the middle of it, and so my thing is,
He's
is
so
Loki's,
powerful.
Is Loki's thing gonna be that he's gonna then free the Fenris Wolf and free Surtur to do their thing? So
For
Maybe so.
Ragnarok to happen.
right, exactly.
But then they're still missing the serpent, the Midgard
The
serpent.
Midgard serpent. Yeah. Well, they haven't really shown that. In
Thinking
this.
about it. Where's the
Did
serpent in all this?
you see the clip of where in the opening scene of that Thor trailer, the big tower it has
Yeah, the
Barry
heads.
Bill and Man Thing.
Oh no, I haven't seen
No,
that.
I didn't
Are
see
you
that.
serious?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
there
a
was,
it's a
um,
hiding thing that people
It's
like-
one of the
Like
Easter
Easter
eggs.
like freeze frame those that
Right.
image and they figure out who are they.
Really?
It's
Yes.
Barry Bill Man Thing.
I don't know which four of them
I'll
are.
have to look into it.
Yes.
That's
I didn't
I'll
cool.
see
see if
that.
I can find
You know, it's a crying shame that they have all these movies with all these characters, and Silver Surfer would slot so nicely into this portion.
I'm
of
talking
the
about
movie.
Silver
But it's
Surfers.
Fox.
Silver
And he's
Surfer,
fucked.
which in the movies that we saw in Fantastic Four was Fishburne. What is it? The guy from
Yeah, Lawrence
the,
Fishburne
Yes.
voiced him.
Yeah, so he's gonna be now the.
It's
What?
well.
He's gonna be. He got cast for what character?
Lawrence
I just-
Fishburne did.
Goliath.
He did.
Yes.
Oh, for
in Ant-Man?
gargoyles?
No.
No,
Goliath
Goliath
in-
for
Gargoyles. I could've sworn I heard
from the Marvel.
Oh, in Marvel
I
or
don't know
is he?
who. I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Goliath, I think.
In Giant Man, for like as in the guy
Let me
that fights
see.
Giant Man or Ant Man. Anyway,
I don't-
You just
look
saw
it
Goliath?
up.
Yeah, I think it's
Goliath.
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's playing him.
In
Who's he?
what movie?
Who's
In-
Goliath?
Ant-Man
Goliath
and
is
Wasp.
just another one. Probably gonna steal the fucking technology of the Ant-Man. Just like.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
just another one of those guys.
He's an Ant-Man villain.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
He's an Ant-Man.
it's
I
funny
never
that
read any Ant-Man comics, so.
look it up. But it's funny that you
Yeah,
brought up.
I posted up. I don't know if you guys.
It's funny that you
saw
brought
it.
up the Silver Surfer because again in Planet Hulk, Hulk fights a Silver Surfer in the Gladiator Pit
Yeah?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
because they capture the Silver Surfer and the
How?
Silver. Like I said, all these guys are way overpowered. So when they get into Planet Hulk and in that planet, everybody's way more powered than the Hulk. Eventually, he gets up to that point because he becomes stronger and stronger. But it's just funny that he brought it up because he does fight Silver Surfer in the Gladiator Pit.
Round one.
But anyway, all right. So next trailer, Justice League, go.
Just
Let's start with the Batman.
Let's
number one
start
Batman
with
fan.
the hater.
Yeah, it's gonna be crappy.
Oh wow!
So,
Why though?
okay,
You crazy.
I haven't liked the tone of any of the DC movies so far. I understand that Joss Whedon took this over, so I'm gonna go see the movie just because. I mean,
You
whatever,
have to.
we have to. And I'm hoping that Joss
It's
Whedon.
homework, man.
Joss Whedon's done enough to save the movie. However, the way they've set up the events leading up to this movie,
It's just too scattered.
there's no stakes so
Scattered.
far. There's like nothing that's like, oh man, it's been crap, dude. All these movies have been crap. The trailer, it still seems really super serious. The only person who's got any kind of humor to him so far has been Flash. And then that one scene with Aquaman when he rides the dude into the ground or whatever.
But you still think the tone of it is too serious, though?
So far, I mean,
I don't know. I thought the tone of it looked much better than
Flash and
Batman vs
Aquaman would be
Superman.
the comedy.
I don't know.
Well,
And then the
but-
whole thing with trying to like the whole thing with Superman and is he dead? Like it's the worst kept secret ever.
Of course, that is
So
true.
that's just
So at the
Because
end of
there's
the
nothing-
trailer,
but I think the problem was because that became an issue because they killed them off too quickly.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they hadn't done that, it wouldn't be a problem.
I think that's
So-
I think that's one of the things that annoys me about the DC movies. They bring in all the like really good things too quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they shouldn't have brought
Oh, yes.
Doomsday so quickly.
into
Well-
the Batman versus Superman movie.
Yeah.
Well,
And-
in a
and
way-
then the
Which we
Flashpoint
know
thing.
Doomsday is like one of the most powerful characters in DC.
Right.
Doomsday should have been 3 movies on his own.
Right.
They should have done one whole
Well,
movie.
or not even. Maybe at the third movie, bring him
No,
in.
Doomsday should have been. They should have done one whole movie of just Doomsday on his planet and the evolution of Doomsday and him wrecking shit till he gets to Earth. Then you have the fight in the
And
second
then
movie
Justice
with
League.
him and
Yeah, with
Superman,
the-
and then in the third one they all gang up to kick his ass.
Well, but see, the thing is that
you're welcome.
the thing is,
DC.
but the thing is that in the
Fucking
comics, he
retards.
beats the shit out of the Justice League first. In the comics, he beats the shit out of the Justice League first.
That's not the point. The
I
point
get
is
you.
that
No,
it
I get
would've
you.
been
The point is to
better
build
executed,
up
Right.
the,
other
Of
than
course.
to have him
the anticipation of that.
with
Instead
the
of making
teasing for
Zod into
right, and then the teasing
I
of
get you.
Darkseid, and then Batman versus Superman. I guess that's my point. My problem with this movie in general is that I don't think they've earned the right to make a Justice League movie the way Marvel's earned the right to make.
Right.
Avengers.
They haven't built
Fucking
it up.
war, dude.
They haven't built it up and put it together.
It's been crappy. It's the same shit they do with X-Men.
'Cause
I know we're
Big
not
X-Men
here
movie,
yet.
let's kill him.
Because I hate it. I hate it because they're playing catch up. They're playing catch
I
up.
was just about to say,
And that's
they
what it
started Way
is.
too late.
Yeah.
They started a
They're
little
trying to-
late.
Still, they don't
They
have
got-
to.
they got
They
trying to
could
compete.
have. They could have followed their own
Yes.
pace.
I agree.
I
I
agree.
totally agree.
Yeah.
And like the thing that I mean, it's one of the topics that we have here, the Flashpoint movie. I think that's like develop Barry Allen a little bit more before making Flashpoint a thing.
100%.
I agree.
I understand that because
I hate that.
fans like us, we understand what Flashpoint means and what it's gonna do because he goes into the past and things like that. But people who's not into comic books, he's just gonna go see and they're like,
But
what
they're
happened?
not,
Nothing.
they're not going to understand.
Yeah,
that.
that's why.
prior
That's my
to
point.
that.
There's
Those
nothing for
mistakes.
them to understand the Flashpoint. That's what they
Like
need
you don't
to
have
do.
to do an origin Flash movie. You can do a movie, all right, he's the Flash or whatever, but you introduce one of his principal villains and you have a movie. Kind of what they just did with Spider-Man: Homecoming,
Right.
right? The characters are there, they're known, they're established. Make a couple of movies and then build these major storylines. Don't just give me Flashpoint. Don't just give me Crisis on Infinite
Here's
Earth.
the thing too, though.
Like-
And I think they're building into that.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's
They're gonna
their whole
Then they're
point.
gonna come with the Green Lantern movie. They're immediately gonna go to the Black Lanterns or whatever. Probably it's like
Black and blue and yellow and red
Black
lanterns.
is nice.
Like let's just chill a second.
Um,
Build the universe.
I mean,
have
But
a
listen,
movie.
at the same time, it's sure they're gonna want to appeal to our type of crowd, but it's all about fucking drawing in the most crowd regardless. So
Of
we have how many
course,
of our
right.
friends are like, oh, we don't give a shit. They hate on us because they're like, oh, just because it doesn't tie into the comic books and into.
But I'm not
whatever.
talking about them.
We just
tying
want to
into
see
the
the
comic
movie.
book.
but it's not
No,
even
no,
just tying
I
into
granted, but I understand.
it
what
has
you're
to
saying.
make sense.
I understand what you're saying, but they just want to throw it out there for the generic audience where they just want to see, oh my god, the Flash and the Aquaman and the this and
Granted.
that. And
Granted, but on
They're not-
Nerdos,
Right.
we gonna hate that shit play out
But-
because
but here's the
my
thing.
man, they suck.
Well, but on that note, I
We
mean,
wanna see it
the
as
issue is that yeah, you're trying to appeal to a mass audience, but a lot of the shit that you saw in Batman vs Superman doesn't make any sense to a regular viewer, a casual.
Or how about
viewer.
this one? They tried to appeal to a mass audience with Suicide Squad, and they didn't appeal to nobody.
Right.
They didn't appeal to us. They didn't appeal to mass audience. They
Yeah.
not even to the
was just
20-year-old
bad.
hot topic kids that they were trying to catch.
How good the Suicide Squad did?
The only
Well,
thing we
it
got is
did
that
well.
Marvel
like,
started
like in
hitting
views
red
and
and
sales and
Right.
things like that.
Well, it did well.
It did well.
That's what's funny about it is that, you know, as much as people say they hated it,
But
it was
has
seen by a lot of people.
criticized
Shut
the
up.
shit out
you
of
could
it.
You could say Transformers did well all 5
Yeah.
times, and
You
that
got
is
25%
garbage.
on Rotten Tomatoes, dude.
It still gets seen by a lot of people.
I'll tell you right now how much it made.
What, Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad.
Oh, tell me.
Suicide Squad made, holy 700, well, worldwide.
Right.
Made $745 million.
That's a lot, man.
It's a good take. But anyway,
What's
just
Transformers
breaking down the things that I thought were
Last
cool.
one?
Transformers 1.
Oh, Transformers 1?
Which one?
By
Oh,
people that don't
Rotten
know, John is a huge fan of Transformers.
Me too. I love
No, no, no.
No, you
No,
don't
no, no,
understand,
no,
John.
no, no, no.
Yes.
He is 10 times the fan.
Yes.
Of Transformers.
How much did it make?
Do you have pictures? Do you have
This is
pictures
the
of
whole
your-
series.
John, do you have pictures of your collection?
No.
Well, let's keep talking about Justice League.
Oh, close.
709, pretty close.
Okay, so let's keep talking about Justice League then. Okay, so we got the hate out of the way. What's the good stuff about?
The good stuff that I saw is Aquaman.
I thought Aquaman looked awesome.
And
Oh, 800.
I'm talking about Aquaman on the scenes that comes out in the trailers. If the movie looks as good as he looks in those scenes, I'm sold.
Well, here's the thing.
looks
So, I in the New 52,
Mm-hmm.
they tried to like badass him a little bit also.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he had the same look that he does in the Justice League movie. He still
Mhm.
was more like classic Aquaman looking, like, you know, super blonde, blue eyes, you know, white boy. And he
I'm
had the
talking about the
classic-
cinematography of it.
Right. Well, I'm talking about like how he's got more of a presence in
Mm.
this. So again, in the New 52, he wasn't as much of a joke character as he had been. He was much more of a badass, and he was taking on Superman and Green Lantern and all these guys, and he was a fucking badass. So in this, even though some people might argue that he doesn't look a whole lot like he did classically, he still has like the gold, whatever the highlights, and he's got his
The
trident
armor's
and
got the scales
the
on
scales,
it.
and
I
the
got two
green-
words for
the
you about
green-
Aquaman, buddy. Meat rub.
Wow.
Man.
Yes.
For sure.
She looks
Amber Heard
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
amazing.
Absolutely. But
I'm
From the
sorry for
trailer-
what Johnny Depp did to you, baby. I got you.
From the trailer, what I get is that
Come see this.
the okay, I don't understand the first in the trailer. The first scene where some guy's walking in with a briefcase and he blows up like a high school or something, and then Wonder Woman
they're like in a
comes
bank in Wonder Woman.
and,
Yeah, it's a
and
bank.
stops them. What I kind of do get is the Steppenwolf
Yeah, the bad guy.
shows up
Shows up in
in
In Themyscira.
the Mascara.
There's
They
There's a
probably
boom.
have
There's a boom
they-
tube. There's a
right,
boom tube.
and the box is there.
Right. There's a mother box there.
Yes.
just pretty cool.
So
Do we already
either-
know where the three mother boxes are?
I think that's what I'm going to.
Well,
I think
okay.
one is there,
Uh-huh.
One
Cyborg's
is
dad has
Cyborg.
the other one.
One is Cyborg,
and the other one probably Aquaman has it. It's in Atlantis somewhere.
maybe.
Oh, back to the hate. Cyborg also looks like shit. Sorry.
Okay. Well.
Yeah,
we'll
Cyborg
get-
doesn't.
okay.
I don't
Yeah.
think he looks like that.
Cyborg, I don't think looks very
Yeah,
good.
Cyborg doesn't look
I
that
think
great.
He's not as imposing. He's kind of shiny.
You guys just don't like him because he's black, and I don't know why you don't like him.
Because
He is
his
black.
costume looks like crap.
Yeah,
It doesn't
his
look
costume
good.
looks.
It just doesn't look good.
I think he will look a little more buff
Like
and
he-
not
he's
and not like a
he's a-
and not like a
What?
Cybertron. It's not looking like an Autobot, like a fucking
He-
Transformer
he should
there.
be bigger and more
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should
Yeah,
be
he
taller,
looks too
bigger,
short. He's too chromed out.
robotic.
And you know it's crazy
Um,
because in the animated,
You know what?
The DC animated universe is pretty goddamn good.
You know-
I don't
Yeah,
understand why
it
they
is.
can't just
Yeah.
whatever.
You know what? I will put fucking Robocop and he looks better. You know, like
But you know what it is about the DC animated-
Robocop does look more like
The animated
Cyborg.
universe for DC should be in the big screen.
The
as
thing about
opposed to-
But the thing about the animated universes is that they just take a story and put it out there.
Right.
When you're doing a big screen, adaptation with live action, you have to establish the characters. It's a little different. Like, you know what I mean? You can't just
I mean-
like take a random story and say, okay, here you go. You know
I
what I mean?
guess
It
he
just
looks
doesn't
small
work
because
that
he's
way.
still a high school kid, and so.
Well, but it doesn't matter. He's all machine. What difference does it
college.
make how old he is? It doesn't make a
I
difference.
mean, his head can't be tiny on a big ass body.
I think
No way. What I thought was funny about the scene with Wonder Woman is like the guy walks up to her like he doesn't know who Wonder Woman is. He tries to smack her in the head with the rifle, and she just looks at him like, "What the?" fuck are you doing? You know, like she just fucking backhands him like this and sorry.
Damn, Jose.
What is
My
that
bad.
with Darkseid?
He's
Or Darkseid.
Darkseid's uncle.
What? Oh,
What?
Oh,
Steppenwolf
shit.
is
No, no,
Darkseid's uncle? I thought he was like his lackey and shit.
No,
Yeah,
I thought he was his
brother.
son actually.
oh.
I read a little bit about it. Again,
Which one?
research goes a long way.
Wait.
He's Steppenwolf. the
Oh,
bad guy.
Steppenwolf, yes.
Steppenwolf is
Yes.
Darkseid's uncle.
But he's
Are we gonna see Darkseid in this?
yes.
Well,
They're
here's the
building
thing.
to it.
Here's the thing: is that like, at least from the standpoint of thinking of you blew your wad with Doomsday. Okay, maybe they're taking a little step back and not bringing Darkseid in right away, but you know it's going to lead to that.
And if they were gonna have a bad guy in this movie instead of Steppenwolf, I probably would have done Lobo.
Lobo would have been pretty good.
Oh my God, Lobo.
Lobo versus
Lobo would it be
Yeah,
badass.
Santa. But Steppenwolf, I mean, that's his thing, you know. And in the comics, he's one of the first characters supposedly to have survived Doomsday. Like he's supposed to be one of the first people to have fought him and actually survived fighting him.
And
so he's a very, very
He
powerful
actually
guy.
becomes his first in command, so he's
Right.
the first in command
He's,
out of
he's
the.
Darkseid's first in command.
Yes.
Okay.
So-
Cyborg looks bad.
And he's
Um,
gonna look for the mother boxes to like prepare Earth for Darkseid.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes. What I think is gonna happen is they have to open the portal at some
Right.
point. So Cyborg has to be one of the persons who they had to capture to open
To open this portal,
this portal.
and that's why Cyborg's in the movie.
The Flash, I think looks pretty cool. I think they're doing a good job with him. I'm not. Well, see, I'm not crazy about it being so
It's
armorish.
supposed to be from Injustice, the video.
I know, but I wasn't crazy about that look in I'm not crazy about the look in Injustice.
The only
I think
thing I,
I
like
think I
about this
mentioned this
Flash,
to you.
compared to the series Flash, because I really like the show,
Me too.
is that the
No.
series Flash is not funny like the comic book Flash.
Okay,
And this
so-
guy is funny.
Okay,
Like the
well,
comic
hang
book
on a
Flash.
second though. So now,
Yeah.
in the movie,
I know
it's
what
Barry
you're
Allen, right?
Yes.
In the series, it's Barry
Barry
Allen
Allen,
also.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I always thought Wally West was the funny Flash.
Oh, he's the kid Flash.
Well, but eventually he becomes a Flash.
Yeah,
isn't
eventually-
Wally
Yeah, but
West
the first,
eventually?
the first Flash is really funny. Like
Barry
he's always
Allen?
cracking jokes.
He's
He's, like
always-
Spider-Man funny.
Yes. Not Spider-Man funny, but he's always funny.
Yeah, he's always
I
cracking
always,
jokes.
at least from the animated series, like the Justice League animated series, I always remember Wally West being the Flash in that one, and he was always like the one to crack wise and talk shit and whatever.
He's the little
So-
smartass.
Right. So I mean I like this guy as the Flash so far. I don't like the armored look like that too much, and I mentioned that to you when I told you that I was reading the Injustice series.
Yes.
I felt like all the designs of those characters were like they're all armored up, and I just thought it looked very like gaudy, like it looked very
Very
over the
medievalish.
top. Yeah, it was too much. Like Superman was, what the fuck does Superman need an armor for?
He wants to look like a badass.
Because his super speed will rip off regular clothes. God.
I didn't get that. Fucking Batman was all armored up. Fucking Green Lantern was armored up. Fucking everybody was armored
Oh,
up.
so
I'm
who
like,
do you
why
guys
the hell
think
does
is at
everybody
the
want
end
an
of the
armor?
trailer? Is it Superman, Green Lantern, or
I think it's Superman.
Lobo?
It has to be
Oh man, listen. If it's Lobo, they'll get me back.
I think it's Superman.
Yeah.
It's gotta
The joke? No.
It's
Yeah, I
gotta
think it
Of
has
course,
to be
when-
Superman.
When
Superman?
Alfred's like, you mean when Alfred's
Because
like,
there's a
oh,
little
I know
green
you were
glow.
here.
No, but that's the
machine?
TV or whatever they have there.
Yeah,
That's
but-
what a lot of people are saying, but they haven't built to.
But they haven't built any of the other guys either.
But that's what I'm saying. They haven't built to it, and how does Alfred will know is the Green Lantern?
Martian
And like, oh, I know who you are. A lot of people are saying that too.
But-
Martian Man.
They might.
But okay, you know
They
how
mentioned
what's his-
Green Lantern too, like
you know
said.
how Lex Luthor went into the ship and he started learning all this shit. How do you know between this movie and this movie, Bruce Wayne didn't go and get knowledge of the lanterns? He could have sent
Maybe
a message
so,
to
but
them.
it's the way that he delivers the line too. Is like, what does he say? Something like, "Now there's hope."
He says.
You know, like he kind of glances. You
you
see
said
him
you-
kind of
you
glance
said
down
you- Right.
and say, "There's
He
hope."
said you'd be here, is what he
You
said.
said you would be here.
Yeah,
Let's just hope it's not too late.
Right.
Yeah.
So the way
but
that
he could be a lantern.
I
If
doubt
it's
it.
Superman, he'd be like, "Hells yeah, you're here. You're
You
gonna
should
take
be.
over."
You should be elastic.
I do like the little.
Plastic Man.
Plastic Man.
I think I've read something about Elastic Man. He's coming in what series?
It
I
should
do
be
like the
to
comment
forget
that Alfred
something
makes
like
about the wind-up penguins. How he makes one
Yeah,
piece.
yeah.
Also-
Reference to the old Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh, I missed it.
But yeah, I mean,
He
I
goes-
don't
he
know.
goes,
I'm excited for it.
One misses the day where one's biggest concerns were
Wind-up
exploding wind-up
Yeah.
penguins.
Nice.
That's right. All right,
Alright,
so
what's the
to wind that up, I don't know. I'm excited for the Justice League. I know you're not now. Mo, I think you are.
Yeah, I'm
I
down
think
with
you are too, right?
I'm alright.
I have
I'll
hope.
look at it.
I have hope.
Of course, I want to see
I don't have
everything.
high hopes, but
I want to see
Okay.
everything.
And finally, the
I'm not a
the
hater.
big thing that we're gonna talk about is the Infinity War leaked footage.
Yeah.
I thought it looked fucking awesome.
That blew my mind.
I want to say something about it.
The scene
Uh,
where
everybody's-
Thanos has the gauntlet on him, I think there he already has maybe like
A couple of them, yeah.
maybe 2 or 3 of the stones, and he
Yeah.
freaking just unleashes fire. hell.
Fucking meteors and shit. Well,
Does anybody die?
hang on.
Yeah.
Hold
Everybody.
back, man. You're going too fast.
You wanna do like a pool? We should start a pool.
Yeah, I'm
A
not.
lot of people are gonna die.
Deadpool.
You think a lot of people?
Again, if you go by
Quicksilver.
no, listen.
Quicksilver's gonna die.
If you're
I
going to
think Quicksilver's
some
coming back.
extent, if you're going to some extent by what the comic books did, a lot of people are gonna die, but they're gonna be brought back.
I don't think
Because
they're
of the
gonna
power
die
of the
in
Infinity.
3. I don't think they're gonna. This one maybe. in 4.
I
don't
read.
think all of them are
I'm gonna say
get
something
brought
that I
back.
read.
I don't think all of them. are
Well,
gonna
maybe
get
not
brought
all of them, but again, if you go to some extent by what they did in the comics, a lot of people die.
But then-
Yeah, he
but
kills
then
half the universe.
Yeah,
He
but
killed
then,
everybody, pretty
Adam
much.
Warlock-
Warlock brings them out of the gems or something.
Well, again, we're going back to
But in-
Adam Warlock
Adam
puts things
Warlock
back
is the
to
one that does
kind of the
it,
way
yeah.
they were.
But he was stuck in one of the gems, isn't he?
Well, he's in the Soul
Soul
Gem.
Gem.
Yes.
And eventually they bring him, and he's the one that is able to then take the gauntlet from Thanos.
Yes.
But again, my point being is that we haven't seen Adam Warlock yet. My understanding is that they're not bringing him until GOTG 3.
Yes.
So
But
who
now they're
knows if,
saying they might not bring him in. They might bring in his alter ego. What was it?
the Magus?
The Magus.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, either way, I mean, it's an incarnation of him.
Right.
The evil
So-
version, future evil version.
Right. So, well, here's the thing: is we know he's going to be in the Marvel universe at some point because they've already shown him in Guardians of the Galaxy. They've shown him in his cocoon or whatever.
I want to see something about it. In the clip, and this is something that I read. In the clip, there's a clip part that Iron Man is carrying the head, or like he's carrying the body of Spider-Man, and everybody, and everybody's saying that that's the part that when Spider-Man dies,
Okay,
you know.
it might be.
And it could happen. And I read this story on Reddit, and kind of is clicking everything together. You know, it's a little weird. So I'm gonna say it. So in the movie of the Spider-Man, in the Homecoming, they kind of hint you that Miles Morales is on the universe.
Right.
So
Well, they don't really hint it. You kind of know.
no, you kind of know. Well, they already they don't say it, but we know he's there because of whatever it
Yeah,
is.
his uncle.
Yeah, his uncle is there. So what I read is that for the Spider-Man, who has the rights for Spider-Man?
Sony does.
Sony. There we go. So Sony has the rights to Spider-Man, but it doesn't have the rights
Of Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. And this is what could happen if they want to if you want to see a Spider-Man movie
In the MCU.
in the MCU made by only Marvel is to kill Spider-Man on this
this
and
universe.
appear Miles Morales and give some movies to him. That's why a lot of people are saying that probably
The Spider-Man
Hol-
will die, or
Tom
Peter Parker will
Holland, they say that he might not play another Spider-Man, you know, for
I've
some while or
already seen
something.
something about Spider-Man Homecoming 2 taking event after Avengers 4.
I've heard that too.
So
Yeah.
it's
But
a
it's
little
Spider-Man
weird
coming
theory,
to
but it kind of
Miles
clicking.
Morales.
It's kind of clicking there.
Maybe
You know?
I can see where they might do something like that. But,
Yes.
So talking about Spider-Man in that particular leaked trailer, they kind of show a scene where he's in the bus where they
Yeah,
kind of give a glimpse of his
spider
spider
sense comes on.
sense, where like he's looking out the window and like his hair stands up on his arms
Yes.
or whatever. So something is warning him. He's wearing the suit that was at the end of the Homecoming
Yes.
movie. The Iron Spider, possibly the Iron Spider suit. It looks pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously, at the beginning of the trailer, the Guardians of the Galaxy, somehow, Thor ends up on their windshield. How Thor ends up there, I guess we'll find out, after Ragnarok. Then later on in the same trailer, Loki is presenting the Tesseract to, I would imagine, Thanos. So what part did Loki have to play in all this? You know, as far as that going, you know, him getting the Tesseract and possibly giving that to Thanos. So that would be the blue gem, I think. And I think later on when they show Thanos bringing down fucking the sky, I think he's got like the blue and the purple gem in the gauntlet. He doesn't have all of them, but I guess at that point he would have the Tesseract. In the trailer also they show a scene where I think it was Doctor Strange, where Doctor Strange is like making like platforms. And Star-Lord is jumping from platform to platform or whatever, so that was pretty freaking
That's
cool.
actually taken out from the comic.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think.
They show Black Panther also in the trailer.
They show Black Panther. They show.
They didn't show
Winter
Hulk.
Soldier.
Yeah.
They don't show Hulk
They
at
show
all.
Winter Soldier. They show Black Widow with her blonde hair.
With her silver hair.
I think
Silver. Well, blonde hair.
She's blonde.
And then I read that
And then
Captain America.
Captain America, Nomad.
Yes. Well, because in the comics, at some point he was, I guess.
And this is something that I read too, that he might die in this one, so that they want to do.
Whenever we get to that part, I got like 3 for sure characters I know are gonna die in this.
Well, possibly Steve Rogers, because if I remember correctly, he does die in the comics from Thanos basically smashing him over the head. But anyway, so in the comics, Steve Rogers does become Nomad when he's no longer Captain America. Like he decides that he feels like
with the government.
he's disillusioned with the government. He's disillusioned with the U.S. and he doesn't want to be Captain America anymore.
The shield
Well, remember he dropped the
might get it
shield.
back.
He lost the
He
shield
might get it back
because
to
he
Civil
left
War.
it. Yeah, he left it during Civil War, so he doesn't have it anymore. He's in
He's
Wakanda.
eventually supposed to.
He's in Wakanda, so that's why Bucky's in this too. That's why the Winter
Bucky's
Soldier's
supposed to
in
get
this
now a vibranium arm.
too. Right. I'm assuming he should be getting a new arm. It's possible that if Captain America dies, if Steve Rogers dies, then
Falcon.
Bucky would become Captain America.
Oh, okay.
You know, because
Or
that does.
Falcon.
Or
happen.
Falcon.
Well, but that comes
Is
later.
now, yeah.
Falcon is.
Yeah,
Bucky does
there's
become
somebody else
Bucky
that's
becomes
fine.
Bucky becomes
fine.
Or
Captain
maybe they
America
bust out
first.
U.S. agent.
Yeah.
No, I was
Um,
gonna say that one.
But again, Bucky does become Captain America before the Falcon does.
Or
So
we-
it's
or
possible
we
that
might
they
see
go that
Patriot.
route. What was that?
Patriot.
Patriot. The little kid.
Yeah. I don't know if it's little, but he
Yeah, it's like
appears
the younger version
I don't
of.
remember who that is.
Right?
younger version.
But yeah, so he's in the
You're
the
gonna bring
Nomads.
Captain Britain.
Yeah. And again,
think
you know,
he's part of
they
the
show
Yeah, he's from Excalibur.
and again just fucking Thanos, man. Thanos looks fucking sick.
All right, so
You know? So
what are you gonna say?
Tony Stark's gonna die.
I think Thor is.
Yes.
possibly, yeah.
But
Who's gonna die?
I think Thor is gonna die. Maybe not in this one.
Well, you remember?
maybe-
Yeah. I mean, my
Thor.
speculation is about between 3 and 4, not necessarily
Right,
just
right,
specifically
exactly.
3.
Yeah.
But just for
Tony Stark. Thor.
Tony Stark's gonna go and Steve Rogers is gonna go. What's his face? Chris Evans isn't signed down for any movies past
The fourth
the
one.
4th one.
Right.
So they're either gonna pass the mantle on to somebody else,
Right.
or
Yes.
go with they'll start building a different slate of characters. And then I think there's gonna be like a surprise. I think one of the Guardians is gonna die.
I feel like a lot of
Like
people are going
permanently
to.
die.
Yeah, I think I feel
You
like
know
a
who
lot of
dies
people
in
are
the
going
comics?
All of them.
Well,
fucking
yeah.
Thanos
everybody.
kills Spider-Man. I know that.
But,
Yeah.
but one of the
Yeah.
ones that hurts
So
the
doesn't-
most is
I
Rocket
don't remember,
Raccoon.
man.
He dies.
I really don't remember. I gotta go back and read it again.
And in the comics, Rocket Raccoon dies, and the Collector ends up with his tail.
I don't remember
And
that
what's
at
his
all.
face? Star-Lord gets the tail and creates a clone army.
Are you sure that's not in Infinity War though? That might, because I don't remember that happening in Infinity Gauntlet.
It's probably in Infinity War.
Yeah, that might be later on, because they're calling this one Infinity War, but I think it's more
the gauntlet.
the Gauntlet part of it, where he's collected the Gauntlet, or maybe it's leading up to him collecting the Gauntlet. That's why they call it the Infinity War. But it's technically the Infinity Gauntlet storyline to some extent. And again, the point of it is that he collects the Gauntlet, he kills half of the population in the universe to impress Death, and then every superhero that's left fucking goes and tries to fight him, and then he kills a bunch of them in the process, and so on and so forth. So
Yeah, at the
that's
end,
just
there
gonna
like
be
just
fucking
4
crazy.
guys left, and then
In Infinity Gauntlet, Thanos smashes Spider-Man's head with a rock, and that's how he kills him.
Yeah, and then like there's one point where Captain America's the last one left standing, and he just comes up to him and basically like smashes through his shield and like fucks him up. So So yeah, it's pretty. It should be a pretty intense movie.
What role do you think? How are they gonna slot Captain Marvel into this?
Well, you know what? I meant to bring that up actually because I had that somewhere else. But okay, so I was talking to Alonso about this one earlier, and Captain Marvel is set in the 90s. I don't know if you guys have read that.
Yeah, I heard of it.
So I'm curious as to how they explain that she hasn't been in any of the other movies after, timeline wise.
She's off in space.
Maybe so, but if they've talked about
I want to talk
or-
about
or
the
this.
Rogue-
Kree
Rogue
and the
almost killed her.
Scrolls,
Her Rogue almost killed her. I know that they're gonna be able
Well,
to do that, but that would be
but
awesome.
they didn't. It's Fox
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Marvel.
no, I
so
know they can't do it.
that.
I'm excited about Captain Marvel
Actually,
when
that's not-
when I
is
saw
the
it
same
in.
Captain Marvel?
Yeah, it's Carol Danvers.
Isn't that Miss Marvel?
No, it's Carol Danvers. She's the one that Rogue steals her powers, and
I think it is
that's
Miss
how
Marvel.
Rogue flies and
Yes.
gets super strength.
Mhm.
She absorbs so much of her that it
Right.
almost kills her, and Rogue absorbs it
It's
permanently.
Miss Marvel.
I think that's Miss Marvel.
Yeah, it was Miss
You
Marvel.
know how you said about him in Transformers, dude?
Look it up.
X-Men.
Google it.
It's Carol Danvers, and
So,
he absorbs her.
what
She absorbs her.
things that I saw on the, I was very excited because San Diego Comic Con only show you pictures of Captain Marvel, and one of the things that everybody got
The scene
excited was
cool was when it shows her getting the suit on or whatever.
yeah, but the other thing.
So it's 50-50. She was Miss Marvel at the time, but it's Carol Danvers.
Okay, so
Yeah, we both win. I didn't.
Sorry, buddy. Go ahead. Go ahead, Lonzo.
so they show the
It is Carol Danvers,
scrolls.
but it is Miss
They
Marvel.
show pictures of the scrolls.
Yeah, just like you said.
So what I'm saying is this: people showing pictures of scrolls, they're building up to Secret Empire. No,
Secret Invasion.
Secret Invasion. I mean,
Yeah.
Secret Empire is just now. Secret Invasion. And a lot of people are telling the theory of Secret Invasion that is coming. Oh, Jesus.
You just freaking tear
Man, your dog is nasty.
Who just freaking destroyed the cushion?
I'm gonna have to edit that part. Like, bloop, bloop.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so the theory is
The theory is that in the second movie of the Avengers, you see that Iron Man is a little bit of a dick. They're saying that he acts different than the other movies, so he might be
a
a
Skrull.
Skrull already. And they're tying up all these different theories, so they're acting weird. The characters are acting weird, so we might see all these little things that are coming little by little that they might not be
something
there.
in there to fucking
Yes.
throw motherfuckers out of the loop.
Yes.
Yeah, and
And be
Agents
like,
of
damn, these motherfuckers are geniuses.
Yes. Yes.
it's crazy how complicated those rights disputes are. That they can use the scrolls, but they can't use Super Scroll.
I know. It's so weird.
Just Marvel, like Disney/Marvel has all the money in the world now. Just buy all of it back. Just force them to do it.
Yeah.
Just here's $20 billion. Give us all our crap.
and then
We're
we
gonna
can
make
start
this back
making
in a
money.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, if Thanos alters reality and Logan comes into that universe, we'll be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
There's
You
a
know, he
rumor,
said-
there's a rumor that he says he would play it.
He
if
said
that was
that
the case.
if only if he ended up in
Logan
the
were to be in the
MCU,
MCU, he'd play it.
he play him again.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay, so you want to call out the rapid fire?
I want you
Or
guys
should I?
think of the Deadpool stuff because we already seen all the new Deadpool things, the pictures of
Domino and all
Domino
that.
and this whole controversy of people don't like him because of his skin or whatever it is. You know, it's
Okay.
fucking
I mean,
as long as
crazy.
she plays the character,
Right.
Yeah, as long
I
as
think
she's the
I
right
think
character.
I think what's interesting about it is that I don't know how you pronounce the word, but they're saying that the mark is it vitiligo or vitiligo?
Vitiligo.
What
it's
does that mean?
It's basically like
It's a skin disease.
it's a skin disease that
Oh, okay.
you lose the pigment
The
in
pigmentation,
areas.
yes.
In certain
Yeah,
areas.
Michael
It's like-
Jackson.
No, that's different.
No?
Yeah.
No, supposedly he has
Supposedly.
vitiligo.
Yeah.
But he had it all over.
He just
Where
you know,
vitiligo typically is patches.
Mm.
So the idea is that, okay, so she is a black woman who has vitiligo as a result of the experimentation that was done on her, and that's why she has that patch on her and that's why she looks like Barf from Spaceballs.
See, the thing is, I don't mind.
Who did it better than
Who wore it there?
John Candy. John Candy.
I don't mind when they change a character's race or ethnicity as long as it doesn't affect the core.
Yeah, me neither.
concept.
I don't
Right,
mind.
and
I don't mind
and
that.
I don't really mind that necessarily.
Johnny Storm being black in that crappy Fantastic Four movie is a problem because you got a white sister.
But that's actually one of the storylines where there's stepbrothers or stepbrother and stepsister.
Yeah, they say they're
So
step.
that's a
Remember to
retcon
check
and
out.
whatever.
I never read
It's
it.
just it's
I never
just
read
different
it.
Fantastic Four
The only
story.
Fantastic Four
a different universe.
Johnny Storm.
White boy Johnny Storm.
Like Ultimate or
White
something.
No,
It's
there's
like,
Chris Evans, Johnny
They're
Storm.
supposed to be. Yeah, Chris Evans.
yeah,
It's
that's a
supposed to be
reboot story.
Yeah, it's a reboot story.
So originally they're brother and sister.
But it's also part of the comics. So
Yeah,
it's just another reboot of another comic book
yeah, I know what you're saying.
storyline.
All right, so
Yeah, because most of the Marvel universe is based on the Ultimate versions of it.
Yeah, correct.
to
but
some,
it-
to some extent.
Yeah, it's mostly based on that.
Yeah, they what's his face said it when he was building the universe. Whedon had said that back in those days.
Okay, so now to like our just quick fire, whether or not we're interested or have anything to say about these things.
Yeah, John missed out last time. I think some of these were here last episode, but
Okay, call it the ones that
and
you.
it seems like most of these, since we covered a lot of Marvel, it seems like these rapid fire are
A lot of them are
DC.
because there's because a
There's
lot of
only
stuff
thing-
just there's no trailers.
So we're,
for.
we're
It's just-
skipping GLT, I'm guessing.
yeah, it's kind of I don't know. Do you want to talk about it or you?
I still have to catch up. So.
Okay, maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
let's
we'll wait.
let's
Maybe
skip
we'll wait
about
on
it. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait on
We'll
that.
come back to that.
If anybody wants to listen anything of Game of Thrones of any news, listen to your
Back of-
podcast. Yes, Back of the Balls podcast.
They have their
Yes,
review there.
they have a review. Of,
All right, so what are we gonna just do? The rapid fire with a thumbs up, thumbs down, and quick.
Maybe a quick blurb on it.
quick blurb
Yeah,
on it.
just
so.
real
Ready
quick.
Player One. Didn't one of you guys read the book?
I have not.
No, but that looks
Somebody told
that-
me.
David.
You said half read Ready Player.
our friend David has,
David
and
said,
he
yeah.
has. He told me that
But
he
I'm
was gonna
not-
lend me
looks
the
great.
book, but he moved.
Yeah, I think the movie looks really cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
I-
Excited-
There's so many
excited
Easter,
about
there's
it.
so many Easter eggs.
Yes, so many.
There's so many
Aquaman.
references.
Aquaman, sure,
so
obviously,
far, yeah,
Jason
so far I'm
Momoa,
excited.
Boy
Jason
Drogo,
Momoa is dead,
Mira.
man.
Mira.
Mira.
She looks so
I'm telling you, baby, I got you.
Jesus.
Shazam, nothing out yet, obviously, but it's one of the
I'm,
slated
I'm,
movies.
I'm
Yes.
curious as to who's gonna play Shazam
But that's like
I'm just
'Cause you
pissed
have-
off
you
that
have-
keep
you
calling him
have-
Shazam.
Why?
because they
Because his
changed it
name's
to.
Captain Marvel.
I know, but they changed it to that because of Captain
Because
Marvel.
of Captain Marvel, I get it.
So now it's Shazam. So
Just
eat it.
wanted-
The most anticipated one, Suicide Squad 2.
Can't wait.
Fuck
I
you.
don't know.
They just lost their director. I just read this.
Did they
on my
really?
way
I think
coming
I found
here.
out about that.
He left to go do some crappy Disney rock movie.
Wow.
Jungle Cruise is the name of the movie he left Suicide Squad for.
Wow.
he went to do a movie on the Jungle Cruise.
Do
The
you know
director of
about
Suicide
it?
Squad.
Do you know about it,
Went to
John?
go direct the Jungle
movie
Cruise
on the
movie
Jungle Cruise.
starring The Rock as opposed to doing Suicide Squad 2.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
There you go. That's all you had to say about that.
Next.
The Batman.
What?
I'm
Like,
not.
well,
It's
hang on,
supposed to be
you
one
wanna-
of the slated movies, and then
Yeah.
I've heard that they're gonna write off Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne to bring in maybe Nightwing as the next Batman.
No, they said they confirmed that he's still Batman.
No, I know that, but
Oh.
eventually they might still write him off.
So it's
To
a
bring in
They're gonna bring
Nightwing
back
as-
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Robin.
No,
Is
I
there
don't think
timeline
so.
on these movies? Like the Marvel Cinematic movie has a timeline for these movies?
No.
No,
This
they're
is
just randomly splitting
nonsense.
out movies out of their ass.
Right, they're not in
No, but
chronological order.
Marvel has his setup.
Yeah,
Marvel's
Marvel's
Like like release date. You're
Yeah,
talking about.
release. Kinda.
Well, no, the Batman has a release date, doesn't it?
No, but I don't think. I think he means that the time.
Is there a
like-
plan?
Oh,
Yeah.
chronologically.
Like the way the movies are set up is that this, Wonder
Yeah,
Woman
they're
follows
just
this,
out
and
of
then
here.
so
They're just out of,
yeah.
I just think
Each
it's
one.
I think it's tough to go from the high stakes of the Justice League to then going to the Batman, where he's fighting like
Well, the same
The
thing
Joker.
happened to Iron Man.
It depends on how they do the villains.
If
fucking
they-
the Riddler.
If they bring
You know
the
what I mean?
Joker
Depends.
in the first fucking movie, I'm out.
That's how, I mean that's how they,
It
That's
depends.
it.
They could do
He's in Deathstroke.
as real. They could do Deathstroke. Yeah,
Yeah,
Deathstroke.
I had heard
Yeah,
some
yeah.
about that.
Deathstroke's a kick-ass villain for them.
This was
Yeah,
he
then-
kills a god. in
Well,
the
didn't they
comics.
say that
But
What's
I
this
hope,
guy's name?
but I
When he
hope they don't
played
kill him.
Deathstroke?
I hope they don't
Sofia
kill him.
Vergara's
the big dude
husband?
from the stupid vampire
Soccer
show.
player?
Like,
Hey,
man.
but I hope they don't kill
Soccer
him in the
player.
first
Soccer
fucking
player.
movie.
No, I'm thinking of Shakira's husband. Never mind.
Justice League Dark.
I mean,
Interesting.
it's interesting because of the
That's also
characters.
slated for movie.
Do we know if they're gonna get the guy who played Constantine on the show
We
I was
don't-
reading
don't
about
think
it.
we
to
know.
be Constantine in Justice
No,
League
I was
Dark?
reading
He's
about
fucking
it.
Awesome.
I'm-
I'm pissed they canceled that show, so I had to get out of my chest.
Yeah, no, I don't think they've
Wasn't,
said.
Keanu Reeves Constantine?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
No,
was
no, no. But
completely
in this one,
miscast.
in this one, there were. I read something about it that they might, or one of the probabilities that they like is Ryan Gosling.
As Constantine?
Hmm
Wow.
Why
So
not an
I don't
English
know.
dude?
Dude, Matt Ryan was so good in that show.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Batgirl. I hear that in Batgirl
Joss Whedon.
they'll introduce.
I don't know how
Poison
true
Ivy.
is it, but
Well, I had heard that.
And maybe
Well, I had heard that
Well,
they were
they're
going to do
doing
a Gotham City Sirens,
They're supposed to do
which
right.
is Harley, Poison Ivy, and was it
the Watcher. What's
the
his name?
Huntress,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I
That's
had heard that.
supposedly it's still in a, like there was a thing where
So,
they thought they were
if
gonna get rid of
they're-
it, but it's still in production.
if they've been thinking about Harley
pre-production.
Quinn movie, would they just bring her into Gotham City?
Isn't the
Sirens?
Huntress from an alternate
guess.
universe though?
Maybe.
No, the Huntress is.
Isn't she
from-
supposed to be Batman's daughter?
No. What?
Not that I know
I don't know what you're talking
Batman's
about.
daughter.
Mind.
of. I know, right? Where'd you get
Who's the
Batman's
girl
daughter
that
from?
she's supposed to be in Birds of Prey? That she's supposed to be Batman's daughter.
No, that's not Batman's daughter.
Oh man, but Ashley Green who played her in that show, she was really hot. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, next
Green
one.
Lantern Corps, obviously with the
We don't
mention
really
of
know.
Tyrese.
Green Lanterns and
I would love, I would
heard it's a
love
buddy
a
cop movie.
Green Lantern Corps because I'm a big fan of Green Lantern.
I heard it's a buddy cop movie.
Yes.
It's Hal and
Fr-
John.
My DC characters
And
are
it's a
Flash,
Lethal Weapon.
which is the first one, and Green Lantern is my second one.
They're
That's
gonna give
it.
that Green Lantern name.
But
Yeah, I mean.
but I would love to see how
not-
they're gonna do it. I hope they do it like, no completely as the human characters, but a lot of the
the extraterrestrial.
extraterrestrial characters out of it.
Who of you guys actually sat through the Green Lantern?
I did.
I want to say I
watched it
saw.
twice.
I want to say I saw
Actually,
most of it.
I watched it the first one and the first time, and then I was like, it couldn't have been as bad as the first time I saw it. So one time it was on cable, and I said, let me just check this shit out again. I was like, no, it sucked pretty bad. Thanks.
I liked it.
Sinestro
when I saw it
looks so
up,
good.
up until the end.
Like the character.
I didn't like
he
the
looks
enemy.
good.
The enemy, a big ball of gas. I thought that was stupid.
Yo, what is it with these fucking movie
Parallax.
studios and these big ball of gas bad guys?
Freaking Galactus.
The giant fart.
Parallax, and there was another one recently, no?
I don't remember.
It'll come to me. Give
Yeah.
me-
Galactus
Eagle.
was one.
Because he's just a
Ego,
big planet.
yeah.
He's just a big
Yeah, but he was actually a person too, though. So.
Flashpoint.
Again, we
Like
talked about that a little
seems
bit.
like it's too soon.
It's too soon maybe without establishing what the Flash is like. In concept, it's cool because the storyline is really good. And then they were talking about I forget the actor's
might-
name, but
We might see Aquaman
Jeffrey D.
fucking
Morgan to
Wonder
play-
Woman.
Jeffrey D. Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan possibly playing Batman because he was Thomas Wayne
Thomas
in
Wayne.
Batman vs Superman.
He's gonna be the Joker.
Right. So I mean it's an interesting story, but again, without establishing what the Flash's motivations are and why he is the way he is, it's kind of hard to be like.
Yeah. And
Okay,
only that,
makes
if you don't
sense.
establish any real stakes for the characters in your regular universe, when you alter a timeline, like why do you give a shit that the timeline's been altered
Right.
if you don't care about?
Yeah, that's
the
a fair
original
point.
timeline
When the
to
Flash
begin
finds like a broken down cyborg and Superman is afraid of everything because he's been hiding.
Yeah, they've been keeping him.
from
Yeah, they've
the
been keeping
sun
him from the sun.
and people for like all his life.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman 2.
I mean, if it's anywhere
I like
near,
the-
if
I
it's
like the
anywhere
one.
near,
First one, yeah.
if it's anywhere near the first one, yeah,
Just
for
give
sure.
us a better enemy.
We've heard that it's
Yeah.
set in the 80s or whatnot.
I'll be there.
Krypton. I'm actually interested in Krypton.
I'm interested.
Interested.
Interesting. Krypton.
Yeah, the teaser doesn't
When's it
show
on? Is it
much.
only on Sci-Fi?
Sci-fi.
Yeah, the
Sci-fi.
teaser doesn't show much.
Superman's
but-
just my least favorite.
It's
It's not
Sifi.
like Superman.
Sifi.
I know,
It's my
but
father.
That's all that's
But- all of his mythology, like I think he's just boring. So that's just my personal opinion. I know. Sorry, I'm not trying to.
I'm not. Hey, man, it's your opinion, dude. Batman sucks
You
balls.
hate
No, I'm just
Goku too.
No, I love that. Goku's great.
no, I love Batman too. So whatever. I don't hate.
Sucks balls.
I need to get a T-shirt.
Batman sucks
I'll
balls.
jump to this one.
But who? But who?
Back to the other three. Gifted.
Gifted looked cool. I thought the
Yeah,
trailer
it was-
looked pretty cool.
The Gifted looks
It looks dope.
interesting.
Oh,
It
Save the
reminds
save
me
the
of
world.
Heroes.
That's right.
It doesn't seem Tavis
Wait, was there a cheerleader in there?
Was what?
Was there a cheerleader?
Does anybody watch?
Yeah,
Does
the
anybody
blonde-
watch
blonde
The
chick
Walking
kinda
Dead?
cheerleaderish.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys saw this new season trailer? Season eight?
I purposely did not
I
watch
lost
it.
interest.
No.
My wife saw it and she's like, "Oh my god!"
Which
But
one
Really?
can you do with zombies?
I'm just
Yeah,
trying.
I
that
lost
is
interest
such a
in
moronic question.
Which one can you do with this shit?
The show's not about zombies.
No anymore.
Fucking survival against zombies.
No, that's not what the show's never been
Survival
about.
against other people because
The
you don't
straight-
want to die against zombies.
The show is about how
Society,
crappy
society, how it
humanity
crumbles.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much more can you do with that? Just kill each
The
other.
Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Oh,
And he's talking about the what is it? What's the,
The
other one?
trailer.
The trailer.
But it's not for The Walking Dead. It's
It
for
is for The Walking Dead. No, there was a Walking because the
So
season
why
starts
is
in
it called The
October.
Walking Dead?
oh,
Fear the Walking
Fear
Dead.
the Walking Dead. I think
That
you're
is a
talking about.
crappy show.
I
Oh, the
saw
first season was
for
crap. I
the
haven't seen
first
stuff
season,
before.
and I think it was alright, but still, it doesn't caught my attention. I don't know
Well,
why.
I said that it gets better as it goes along, but that first season was so bad.
No, I saw the first season, and I was like, it doesn't.
So the only thing I want to mention about the Gifted is that I just like that they mentioned X-Men and the Brotherhood that they're lost or whatever. That was pretty cool. And then I haven't watched Stranger Things. You guys say that's a good show. I guess that's
It is a
Stranger
good show.
Things.
Yeah, it's a really good
Stranger
show.
Things
It's a really good
blew
show.
my mind when they
gotta watch
showed
it.
What's it
the
about?
trailer.
So it's set in what in the 80s, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
And
Just a bunch of kids. being
there's
gay.
there's
no!
it's a
Why
small
would you
town.
want to see
There's a
that?
small town, and this one kid disappears, and his friends are trying to like find him. It's kind of Goonies-ish in that
Right.
sense. And then they run
They
up on
find
this
a
little
girl.
girl who's got superpowers.
Goonies-ish.
And
Well, she's like telekinetic and telepathic too, right?
yeah. So she got superpowers.
Tales from the Dark Side.
And then it's awesome. The way the setting, the references they make. If
The
you're talking
lettering.
about the Easter eggs in Ready Player One, all the like little awesome
It's a good
references
show.
in
Stop
Stranger
rolling
Things.
your eyes.
And you know
It's a good
what?
show.
And you know what? You that love D&D,
Oh yeah. the kid-
those kids play D&D, and they're like,
And it relates.
That's
and
all
it
they
was
do.
like, what?
Their whole investigation is, to the disappearance of their friend is structured around D&D.
Yes.
Okay, I like it.
it's a really good show.
All right. Westworld.
I haven't
I'm
seen
waiting.
it.
I
Haven't
Yeah,
seen
I gotta watch it.
I seen the first season. I like it, but if you guys haven't
Yeah,
seen
we haven't watched
anything,
it.
so
This is
I'm not
just
gonna
the-
come.
The second season is supposed to be like a big.
Yeah,
long
they
thing,
yes.
This
okay.
isn't listed there, but has
So-
anybody watched Death Note?
I started watching the anime.
I am about like 5 episodes away from finishing.
I'm only
It's so good, huh?
Shit.
I'm only one episode.
You
in.
liked it?
Oh yeah.
So far?
Yeah,
You
I
saw the
love
whole
it.
thing, right?
Yeah, I seen it.
I saw the whole thing
I
too,
love it.
and you haven't seen it.
I'm
So
only,
what do you think
I'm only
of
one
the
episode. in.
trailer for the live action
I
American
don't like that they
I
changed
don't
it to
like it.
America, but I Willem Dafoe as the Shinigami's.
Yeah,
The only thing
Ryuk,
from
right?
that trailer that
I
already
think he looks
annoys
cool
me-
as Ryuk.
Fits perfect.
Yes, but the only thing that already annoys me from the trailer is that the Shinigami is pushing Light to do things.
Okay.
As
Yeah,
far
that's-
as
that's
from
true.
the show, he's just
An observer.
explaining what it does, and you do whatever you want.
Right.
Okay, don't tell me anymore because I just started watching it. and I
That's
don't
in the
know
first
anything.
episode.
Okay, I know.
That's,
but-
that's as far as I'm going.
okay.
No more. And last but not least,
Yes.
Cobra Kai, do or die.
I haven't seen that. What is that?
Okay, so they're doing a series as a sequel to the Karate Kid.
Shit, I love.
Yeah, with Ralph Macchio and
They said the same thing.
the guy that played Johnny.
Uh-huh.
I think it's gonna be on YouTube Red. I think they said.
What the hell is
Shit,
YouTube Red?
Is
It's
they
a
pay?
for
Is they pay
YouTube.
monthly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a Netflix.
They have their own they have their own
They're
original
starting-
stuff too. Yeah, they have their own original shit too.
You know,
Actually,
this
now
cord-
they-
this cord cutting shit is great, but once you start adding up all the different,
You end up paying the
streaming
same
services,
anyway.
you're paying the same
Yeah.
prices.
And now,
okay,
and
so-
now, and now
I'm
they,
paying
now
$50
they,
a month on HBO plus my fucking Amazon Prime membership.
Yeah.
now YouTube has YouTube TV too.
Yeah.
And that's before.
That's like you
before
pay
they
for a
start killing you
movie.
with the fucked up
No, but you
neutrality shit that they're
could
gonna
watch.
do.
I don't know how exactly how it works, but you could watch certain series out of it. I think.
So,
Things like that.
to tell you a little bit more about the
Yeah.
premise is that basically again it's in the now, so it's after all that stuff happened, back in the day with Johnny and Daniel-san, that they beat each other up. But then Johnny comes back and wants to open up the Cobra Kai studio again.
Get him a body.
you know, and basically like redeem himself, you know, like you
sweep
know.
everybody's ass in
And then apparently Daniel is not too keen on him opening the dojo again.
Did you guys see the
So they
SNL?
fight.
Ralph Macchio.
Did you guys see the SNL?
You go.
John
Yeah,
Cena?
have you seen Ralph
Oh my
Macchio
God.
now? How he looks? Man, that guy looks. He has.
He looks like Tom Hanks at the end of Philadelphia. he looks awful.
Yeah, he looks awful. He looks bad.
Two jobs, yo.
The
Who?
Ralph
Two
Macchio.
jobs.
He
Ralph
doesn't look
Macchio.
bad.
Yes, he does.
I just sent you a picture of what he looks like today.
No, you didn't.
So with that
Yeah,
said, maybe we'll
He
wrap up
looked bad. He looks
or-
okay.
our next Nerdos cast by the end of the
Where? I don't
Game
see
of
no
Thrones season,
picture.
so I can join
In the
them in
group.
That sounds
conversation.
good. That sounds good.
Think that'll- What episode is it tomorrow? Episode
Tomorrow's
4?
episode 4, yes.
So
Of
there's
what?
4 left. So
Game of
including
Thrones.
Tomorrow there's 4 left.
So
I already
now-
seen them all. No, I'm kidding.
When already.
No,
Sounds good,
all right.
man.
So
I think it wraps it up for us.
that's it. We wrap it up.
Good night.
How far did we get, man?
An hour and 20.
Okay,
We're
that's
fine.
Good night.
That's not bad.
Good night, everybody.
All
Was
right.
they say fuck?
Buenas noches.
My kids were awake, all right?
So
See,
thank
it's
you everybody
more-
for following us. And if you have any questions,
Comments
comments
below.
and anything, please subscribe to the channel if you like this video. And peace
Follow
out,
the page
guys.
on Instagram.
Yes, follow
On
us.
Instagram. Don't forget to send us to San Diego Comic Con.
Yes,
right.
we have it
I
up.
gotta put that thing
Subscribe.
together.
Yes.
So
We have to actually.
We actually have the GoFundMe page already up. I'm gonna put a link on there on the video so you guys could go through it. And thank you. Bye bye.
Peace out.
Peace.
out.
later.